In an age when clothing is primarily a necessity and a canvas for self-expression, it's easy to overlook the little things that make our outfits come together. Among these, buttons stand out as both functional and symbolic elements of our attire. But what if these humble fasteners could do more than just hold our clothes together? What if they could tell stories, reveal secrets, and offer glimpses into bygone eras? Welcome to this channel, where today we're taking a closer look at something you might not have thought much about before, the untold story of ancient Chinese buttons. So, the next time you fasten your jacket, take a moment to appreciate the rich history and cultural significance of this simple yet powerful accessory. When most people think about ancient clothing, their minds conjure up images of flowing robes and elaborate garments worn by historical figures. However, what often goes unnoticed are the simple yet essential elements that held these ensembles together, such as buttons. Despite their small size, ancient Chinese buttons are fascinating artifacts that can tell us a lot about the people who wore them. They were more than just a way to fasten clothing. They were a form of self-expression and communication. Our journey back in time begins thousands of years ago, when the concept of clothing decoration was born. Early humans used shells and animal bones as rudimentary buttons to keep their garments intact. However, it was in China during the Shang and Zhou dynasties, roughly between 1600 and 256 BC, that the art of button making began to flourish. During these times, buttons were mainly crafted from materials like jade, bone, and shell, showcasing the craftsmanship and artistry of the people who created them. Jade, prized for its beauty and durability, was often used to create intricately carved buttons that symbolized wealth and power. These early Chinese buttons, while serving a practical purpose, also reflected the wearer's social status and cultural values. As time progressed, buttons evolved from simple fasteners to decorative elements, becoming a canvas for artistic expression. During the Han Dynasty, between 206 BC and 220 AD, buttons were commonly made from bronze and decorated with patterns and motifs that symbolized good luck and fortune. For example, some buttons were shaped like coins or had designs that evoked natural elements such as mountains and water. This practice of imbuing buttons with symbolic meaning continued throughout various dynasties, with each era adding its unique flair to the art form. During the 10th dynasty, which spanned from 618 to 907 AD, buttons were frequently made from precious metals like gold and silver, often set with gemstones and pearls. These lavish buttons were primarily used by the elite to display their wealth and power. During the Song dynasty, between 960 and 1279 AD, a new technique emerged: the use of mother-of-pearl inlay to create stunning button designs. Artisans would meticulously arrange small pieces of mother-of-pearl into intricate patterns, showcasing the beauty of these natural materials. And this tradition continued into the Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties, each leaving its distinct mark on Chinese button making. By the end of the Qing dynasty in the early 20th century, Chinese buttons had become highly sophisticated, incorporating a wide range of materials, colors, and designs. By this time, they were not just a symbol of wealth and status, but also a reflection of personal taste and identity. Now that we've explored the rich history and evolution of ancient Chinese buttons, let's delve into the hidden meanings and symbolism embedded within these tiny treasures. Each button is like a cryptic message, whispering tales of the past. The symbolism embedded in ancient Chinese buttons is a testament to the deep cultural significance these simple objects held in society. Every design element, from the choice of materials to the patterns and motifs used, was carefully considered to convey a specific meaning. One common theme in ancient Chinese button symbolism was the use of animals and mythical creatures. Dragons, revered as symbols of power, wisdom, and good fortune, were often depicted on high-status buttons, signifying the wearer's noble rank or aspirations. Similarly, birds, known for their freedom and ability to soar to great heights, represented aspirations for success and liberation. Delicate floral motifs were also popular, with flowers like the lotus, plum blossom, and chrysanthemum holding deep symbolic value. The lotus, growing in murky waters, but blooming into a beautiful flower, symbolized purity and enlightenment. The plum blossom, blooming in the cold winter months, represented resilience and endurance. And the chrysanthemum, with its association with longevity and immortality, was a favorite among the elite. Auspicious characters and emblems were another significant aspect of ancient Chinese button symbolism. The Chinese characters for love, luck, and fortune were commonly used, with each character carrying its own unique meaning. For example, the character for love, often written as two intertwined hearts, symbolized affection, connection, and harmony. These symbolic buttons were not just a means of fastening garments, but a form of nonverbal communication, allowing individuals to express their beliefs, values, and aspirations without saying a word. They were a silent, yet powerful way to convey one's identity and place in society. During important ceremonies and rituals, specific types of buttons were used to signify the occasion. For instance, during weddings, red buttons with double happiness characters were prominent, reflecting the joy and celebration of the union. In ancestral ceremonies, buttons with images of ancestors or symbols of family lineage were used to pay respects and honor one's heritage. The use of buttons in these contexts highlights their versatility and adaptability to different aspects of Chinese culture. Now that we've uncovered the secret language of ancient Chinese buttons, let's shift our focus to the incredible craftsmanship and techniques that brought these tiny treasures to life. Creating these intricate works of art required skilled artisans who dedicated their craft to the creation of buttons. The process often began with sourcing the finest materials, whether it was jade, bone, shell, metal, or precious stones. Once the materials were selected, the artisans would employ various techniques to shape and decorate the buttons. Carving was one of the primary techniques used to create intricate designs on buttons. Using specialized tools, artisans would painstakingly carve delicate patterns and motifs onto the surface of the button, showcasing their mastery of detail and precision. Casting was another common method, particularly for buttons made from metals. Molten metal would be poured into molds to create the desired shape, and then the molds would be removed to reveal the finished buttons. Intricate embroidery was also used to create stunning button designs, especially on textiles. Skilled embroiderers would use needles and colorful threads to create detailed images and patterns, transforming buttons into miniature works of art. The creation of ancient Chinese buttons was not just a means of producing garments, but an art form in itself. Each button was a small masterpiece that reflected the skill and dedication of the artisans who created them. Over the centuries, different regions and workshops developed their unique styles and specialties, resulting in a wide variety of button designs and techniques. Now that we've delved into the fascinating world of ancient Chinese button making, let's explore how these small yet powerful accessories were incorporated into clothing and accessories, giving us a glimpse into fashion trends and social hierarchies. buttons played a crucial role in not only holding garments together, but also reflecting the latest fashion trends and serving as a canvas for artistic expression. During different dynasties, various styles and designs of buttons emerged, each reflecting the prevailing fashion and aesthetic sensibilities of the time. For example, during the Ming Dynasty, which lasted from 1368 to 1644, large round buttons made from mother-of-pearl were fashionable. These buttons, often intricately decorated with floral or geometric patterns, were primarily used by the upper classes and were a symbol of wealth and sophistication. In addition to their decorative function, buttons also served as a way to identify certain professions or social groups. Merchants, for example, might have used buttons with images of their particular trade or craft as a badge of identity. Furthermore, buttons were not limited to clothing, and were also used on accessories such as handbags, jewelry boxers, and wallets. These small touches added a sense of elegance and personalization to everyday items, reflecting the owner's attention to detail and appreciation for fine craftsmanship. However, it's important to note that the use of buttons in clothing was not uniform across all social classes. The materials, size, and design of buttons often indicated the wearer's status and wealth. For instance, members of the imperial court might have worn buttons made from precious metals and gemstones, while ordinary citizens might have used more simple and affordable materials such as wood or bone. This differentiation in button usage was a subtle yet effective way to reinforce social hierarchies and display one's position in society. Through the ages, ancient Chinese buttons have been an integral part of traditional clothing, reflecting not only fashion trends, but also the values, beliefs, and artistic sensibilities of each era. From the intricate designs on the robes of emperors to the simple buttons adorning the garments of commoners, every button tells a story of its time. As we bring our journey through the world of ancient Chinese buttons to a close, let's take a moment to appreciate the legacy of these small yet powerful accessories. Throughout history, ancient Chinese buttons have captivated our imagination with their intricate designs and hidden symbolism. These tiny treasures have survived the test of time, offering us a glimpse into the rich cultural heritage of ancient China. Today, preserved examples of ancient Chinese buttons can be found in museums and private collections around the world, serving as reminders of a bygone era. Their presence in modern exhibitions allows us to appreciate the artistry and craftsmanship of the artisans who created them. Furthermore, the influence of ancient Chinese button designs continues to resonate in contemporary fashion and art. Designers and artists are finding inspiration in these timeless motifs, incorporating them into their work to create new and innovative pieces. So the next time you come across a button, whether it's on your clothes or in a museum exhibit, take a moment to appreciate its beauty and the stories it holds. It may be small, but its impact on history and culture is truly remarkable. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the untold story of ancient Chinese buttons. We hope you've enjoyed discovering the hidden meanings, craftsmanship, and cultural significance of these fascinating artifacts. If you're still curious about ancient Chinese fashion or other aspects of Chinese culture, be sure to check out our other videos. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our latest adventures through time. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.